Piyalli, Niltze, Nanotoka Miaccuicatl. I'm a Nahua queer Indigenous futurist. My passion is deeply invested in filming, documenting, and designing a Nahua queer Indigenous future to re-indigenize and reclaim my purpose and space in the cosmos. We're in the year Miaccuicatl, Gregorian calendar year 2021. And in this current time and space, genocide of my people of all intersections still continues. As we learn to survive through ableism, gaslighting, ageism, gender violence, competition, present politics, comparison, in our immediate conscious and subconscious 3D environments, it's become a painstaking and excruciating struggle to learn more about self and of our own ancestral history. Colonization and classism have become some of the biggest obstacles to achieve financial freedom, let alone financial security. I'm reclaiming my own story. I want to tell my own story before other people can tell it for me. Prior to COVID, I had been working 10 years in production, working paid jobs for conventions, for corporations, and also volunteering my time towards helping other community members and organizations. I did that without support and without knowing what type of support I wanted to ask for. And in the spaces that I was in, they were very patriarchal and unsafe for myself as a neurodivergent person, and not having the correct tools to navigate my neurodivergence in a heavy white male-dominated industry.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Yes.
Want a professional videographer, and then they won't let her do her job. I mean, haven't these people ever seen a professional video? It's the way you were doing it. You have to get up close. You have to get the essence of everything that's going on. You were doing your job. It's their fault that they're so goddamn pompous, especially that bitch. She's Russian. She's probably not used to this video thing. She probably never has had it done in her own country. So she probably thought of you, goddamn worker, get away from me. So don't let her bother you. You were doing your job. If these people didn't want you to do it like that, they should have said something to you in the intermission. They didn't. Why didn't this bitch complain to you in the intermission? Instead of embarrassing you in front of everyone, that was humiliating. If she thinks she's so goddamn professional, she shouldn't be bothered by a camera. If you're really that great, cameras aren't going to bother you. No, she has a very high opinion of herself. So don't let her bother you. You were doing your job. If they don't like it, they should have realized that if it's going to be a good professional video, I can't take it like an iPhone from the third row as if it's a recital. So don't let it bother you, okay?
See. But then COVID happened, and I didn't know what else to do. I thought I was doing great because I was breaking a lot of barriers that my family had set for me through generational trauma, and not knowing whether my happiness was validated because I was going after what I wanted. And after the murder of another Black and beautiful human being, George Perry Floyd Jr., people took to the streets. some of them not knowing how to make demands in a way that uprooted community safety, myself included. As a result, my body suffered the consequences. Creating a safe space for accountability along with community education was something that had never been done where I was at the time. And for that, I'm grateful of all the spaces I've shared with my peers in an effort to create that reality. So I go through all of my saved footage. I realize that we do have an intuitive knowing of who we are. And dancing. Do we nurture our connection to our ancestors? What does that path look like? What type of relationship do we have with them? For myself, my observations of their presence in day-to-day experiences have been through sound.
First you gotta turn around.
And when it comes to making life-changing decisions that can break me or alter my reality, my observance and willingness to participate in conversation with them has helped me recognize that my words have been prayer. And my body an altar. My growth was never linear.
That's the coolest map I ever seen. Did you make that or did you buy that part?
I wish I made it. I bought it.
Here, I'll show it to you.
That's right, girl. Learn to use that camera.
It's right there. There's a lot of states, a lot of countries. I think that's part of the world, huh?
Towards the end of the first wave of the pandemic, I found a job at a porn site, and I, through that job, had found more ways to affirm my identity, my sexuality, and as I was going through some housing instability, I was cut from production. And I think the only thing that I can take from that is that my ancestors want me to focus on myself. So now that I have a solid, sound, loving, supportive place to call home, I just need to find a way to sustain my living, but still follow the path that my ancestors want me to go in, to invest in my dreams, by affirming my indigeneity, my gender identity, my sexuality, and self-efficacy. I'm committing myself to creating the Nahua Indigenous future that I've always dreamed of. And I'm gonna do it by way of music and visual storytelling. So, my goals are to reaffirm that ancestral connection by helping my grandfather record his original album, to publish it on all streaming platforms. And record my own in the process. Documenting it and collaborating with my community to manifest what that universe could look like online and through local Nahua Indigenous communities.